Live, so we can get going for those of you who are not here. I appreciate it. What we're doing in class this week is, right, we're having a test this week, going online tomorrow. So there will be no class meeting on Thursday. Use the class time to take the test. So we will do the test review today. The good news is the boring part of the class is over. It gets more interesting after this. We had to set some foundations to prepare you to deal with the history, and that's what we're doing here. So it's all about that first book, the whole thing. Test is open notes, open lecture, open book. So take your time. One thing is, and we'll do the review today, the thing is, I'm not going to ask you the questions the same way. We'll give an example of, is this media? And you'll have to use our definitions of media to answer the question. So it's about applying the test, the information from the class. So it is a little challenging, and I will curve the tests upward because it's usually a little bumpy. I mean, the average is low to mid B, and so that's not horrible, but I know a lot of people like A's. So you get A's largely on the, you get A's largely on the essays, and the grades aren't too bad. Okay, you heard it. You've heard this speech before. You can go chase ducks. Anyway, what we will do is do the here's the study guide. Ta-da! I will turn it on first thing in the morning tomorrow, and it'll be due Friday at midnight. No late tests. If you have a problem, if you have a technical thing, I will be reachable the whole time, and I could reset the test. So you're going to have 3 days. If you have a problem, just let me know. What I will do is I'll type these in as we go down the study guide. You could ask questions all along. Then I will save the review and post the saved version with answers. Anyway, elements of good history. Good sources, bibliographical soundness, narrowness, those things. Good topic. Original. Narrow. Don't do like the whole Civil War. Do Nathan Bedford Forrest. How do you decide? Research. If you have an idea, look into it and see what's done and what's, it's not worth writing the same thing all over again and again. What's done and what. Just don't say, ooh, I want to do that. Look into a little research. Original means it hasn't been done before. Okay. Is history unbiased? This will be asked several times. No. Never. It's all subjective. Our sources have limited perspectives. We have different ways of looking at things, different perspectives, different background sources. We have different material. What can you do to control bias, even if it's always with us, is good, sound, professional sources, context, primary and secondary. Just don't use just one thing. Oop. Resources. Admit your own bias and perspective. You know, I come from New England, you know, a blue state. I was raised Catholic. So, I mean, where I'm from, being a member of the Democratic Party is not an evil thing. Most of people are up there, you know, so anyway, it's different. What's the problem with cause and effect? Most historical events are caused by multiple by multiple reasons, multiple things. Researchers and disagree on what's most important. That's why we talk about these things. 3 primary reasons history is rewritten. New technology, new information, and new perspectives. This is why we do these things. Like we've talked about DNA technology, looking at human development and history. Where did we come from? Again, new technology helped us, and that gives us new information and new perspectives, like Bedford Forest or the Confederate flag. You know, that was not a problem. When I was a kid, we had the Dukes of Hazzard with the car, the General Lee with the Confederate flag on it. Could not do that now, you know, and no one cared. You know, new perspectives, cultures change. So that's why we keep going past, because we get new stuff all the time. Okay, nationalist school. Your country first and best. You know, you look at, you know, America being special and exceptional. And you can look at recent history saying that despite our problems, democracy worked. You know, so you could take it that way, or you could look at it and say, you know, that's what the nationalist school would say. Characteristics of the progressive school of history is that history is about conflict between elites and the oppressed or left out. Somebody's always left out. No, you know, so you look at the alternative to the elites. Now, who's elite and who's not? That's a good question these days. Developmental school says technology makes all the difference. It's things, not people. Like the cell phone. Does not matter that what we get on the cell phone, the fact that we have the cell phone. You know, I would say Marshall McLuhan, who said the medium is the message, I would say he comes from the developmental school. It's not what you see, it's the fact that we're wired all the time that matters. So that is the developmental school. Census school. We can agree on. Slavery was bad. Nazism is bad. Democracy is good. Dictatorship is bad. You look at the consensus school, things we agree on. Looks from the perspective of gender, roles and issues, and minority experiences. Roles, gender, I should say experiences. What, you know, it's a lot different if you're a Native American. I've just been reading some histories of the Native Americans. You know, we are at the beginning here of the Trail of Tears, which, you know, the people who lived here were forcibly moved to Oklahoma. So they look at local history a lot different than a white guy from New England does. Romantic school, which I want to ask about. Turns everybody into a character in a romantic, dramatic play. I mean, that can work if you're doing the story of a Frederick Douglass or a Benjamin Franklin. So, copyright. We talked about copyright. What's copyrighted? Original and professional material. Songs, sites, pictures, writing, all that. If it's original and professional, it can show that it's original, like, you know, I take a picture of the Chamberlain Field on a sunny day. Anybody could take that picture. It's not original. And we talked about happy birthday. You sing happy birthday at a kid's party, it's not professional. So those are the kind of things. Those are public domain, ideas, facts, things put in the domain, stuff, 120 years. You know, and one exception, educational material. So, I mean, so anything I do here for class, if I put on a YouTube with a movie or something, I'm not doing anything wrong, but I can't charge admission. So that's stuff. Copyright protection, educational material. Away. See if I could find something. It is Groundhog Day. Yes, it is Groundhog Day. Okay. Yeah, here it is. No, that isn't the groundhog. I have a picture of a groundhog that that I once used, but that's another story. Anyway, strengths and weaknesses of writing historical narratives. Strengths. It tells a story. It's compelling. It's not just the facts. Weakness. It's subjective. Writers make the story. And that's why Nathan Bedford Forrest is such a good character. You could write a story in which he's a hero. You could write a story in which he's evil, you know, and you could take it either way depending on your facts. Okay. They have characters and a plot. Peer-reviewed articles and journals. They are checked and double-checked for accuracy and factual soundness. Disadvantage. Let's face it. And in grad school, all that stuff. Okay, those are the stuff you'll be basically tested on. I will save as study guide with answers. Okay, it did. Any other questions you may have on any of this? Here's your chance.
I had a quick one about the notes. So do you want us to go over all the notes, or like, I know some of our notes highlight certain areas in there. Do you want us to specifically go over those areas or just review everything?
This exercise today is about. These are the important things.
Okay.
So it'd be under those general areas I will ask the questions. I'm not going to ask obscure stuff on, you know, on a page. No, so, I mean, it's all fair game, but you don't, you know, these are the basic headings. So
okay. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Other stuff. Okay, see, this is fine. Use the class time to take the test. We have somebody in chat had something to say. Can you show the first 5 pages again? The first 5 again. Okay, I'll go. First 5, and I'll post these. Good sources, elements, good sources, bibliographical soundness, narrowness. I'm not going to go into that too much. Historical topic, interesting, original, narrow, doable, available material. How do you decide? Look at the research. How do you decide? Yes, I'm sorry about these boxes that see what's available. Come on. Is history unbiased? No, never. You know, because it's all subjective, different perspectives. What can you do to control bias? Good professional sources, different sources, different contexts, and admit your own bias and perspective. Say, you know where you come from. What is the problem with cause and effect? Most historical effects are caused by many things, and you have different ways of looking at different things, depending on your sources and who you talk to. So that's the first 5. Actually, you know what? I'm sorry. I should have done the screen share for that. Let me do that. Okay. Good sources, bibliographic soundness, narrowness. What makes a good topic? Make it doable, original, interesting, have available material. How do you decide a good topic? Research, look into it. Don't just say, aha, it's interested. Look some stuff up from the library, see what's done, see what's available, see what new perspectives you can do. Is history unbiased? No, never. It's all based on subjective material, subjective writing, and their use. What can you do to control or counteract natural biases? Good, sound professional sources, different context and perspectives, primary and secondary sources, and admit your own perspective and bias. What is the problem with causation? Most historical events are caused by multiple things, and researchers can disagree on what's most important. Those are the first 5 since you asked. Okay, and I will save this and post it so you can look at it, look at the book, look at the notes, look at the videos at the same time as you have the test open. It's all open. I mean, it'll be messy, but think about it. That's the whole point, is to get you to think. So good luck on it. I will be available. I'll open it up first thing tomorrow. Any problems or questions, I'm around. So nothing new for Thursday. Just, take the class time, use this time to take the test, and we will start on new stuff next week. All right. Well, thank you all for being here. I will post this review shortly, and good luck with it. And I cannot thank you enough for showing up. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you.
You have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Thank you.